Right now, I'm doing something that you don't get to say you do every day. I'm walking up Hitler's driveway. Right now, we are at the site of the Berghof, which is just outside of Berchtesgaden. Now, in an episode of History Traveler, we talked pretty extensively about the Berghof site, but Eric has some insane artifacts that were pulled out of this place by U.S. soldiers as they moved into the Berchtesgaden area, and we're bringing them back to this very site where they were taken back in May of 1945.
We are standing on the site of Adolf Hitler's Berghof. On May 4th, 1945, elements of the 3rd Infantry Division came up this mountain and captured Hitler's Berghof. And one of the first things they did was they wanted to pull the flag down. And there's a photo here of these men from the 3rd ID pulling down Hitler's flag. Now, like all good American soldiers, everybody wanted that flag. So the decision was made to cut the flag up into pieces and divide it up amongst the very first men who pulled that flag down. One of those men was a lieutenant leading those men. His name was Lieutenant R.B. Cross. And this is his piece. This is an actual piece of Hitler's flag that was flying when the Americans captured it. And I'm bringing it back here for the first time since the end of the war, and it's a really interesting thing to do because we are literally on the exact spot where the flagpole was. The steps were over there, and we lined up the photos, and this is the approximate site of the flagpole.
Here is a period photo of Hitler's Berghof. Now, this is after it had been bombed on the 25th of April in 1945. And if we look and examine this closely, well, here's the driveway that we walked up. You come up the stairs, and then right here is the flagpole. So the spot where that flagpole would have been was right here, and then right here is where the Berghof would have stood.
So we're standing in the approximate area of where the great window was of the Berghof, and I brought some other Hitler artifacts here that were taken by a soldier, and I want to say that, you know, the U.S. 3rd Infantry Division were here first, the 101st Airborne right behind them, and the French 2nd Armor was also right at the same time. You know, they got up here within hours of each other. But there was also some other units, such as the 1269th Combat Engineers, and all these guys took stuff. Once the valuables were gone, such as the silver and things like that, they started taking pieces of things. And this is a piece of marble, and the tag, the period tag, which was made out of medical tape, says taken from Hitler's balcony from his bedroom. Now, Hitler's balcony of his bedroom was above the great window, so it would have been up a little bit higher. But he broke this piece off, he tagged it with period medical tape, And there's also a key next to it from the same veteran, and it says key from Hitler's home, Berchtesgaden, Bavaria. And you know, this looks like a regular or a typical German 1930s key. He said it's from the house. I think he just didn't know exactly where it was from. He may have found it on the ground, who knows. But through our research, we think we found about where it was from. We don't think it was actually from the house, but from another site connected to the house. We're going to take you there now. So through our research, we believe that this key is part of Hitler's tunnel system, the air raid shelter, and that is covered up now, the main entrance. This is actually the escape hatch to get out. Now this key most likely would not have opened this door from the inside, but one of the other doors. But we just brought you over here because this is really all we can show you, because the rest of it is gone and underground and inaccessible. But we believe this matches up with other types of tunnel keys, and it would have been from the inside from the other entrance.
All right, well, there you go. Those were just a few items that came out of the Berghof at the end of the war. Pretty wild to see some of the things that these U.S. soldiers came away with as the war was winding down and after it was over. And again, we go more in depth into everything here at the Berghof in the History Traveler series. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, as for now, heading off to the next place.